You might not be where you wanna be in life yet, but be grateful for what you have accomplished. Your situation can be worse, so just take time to thank God and let him do his work. He got a plan for everybody. For every NFL player that enters the draft, they all have a dream of getting their name called. Unfortunately for hundreds of draftees, that doesn't happen, as most of them tend to go undrafted. That may sound like a bad thing, or you may seem sad for the player, but most of them look at it as an opportunity. They don't really care where they get drafted. They just want somebody to take a chance on. There have been many great undrafted free agents that turned out to have immaculate careers. Some Hall of Famers, some borderline Hall of Famers. You got Wes Welker, you got Drew Pearson, you got Chris Hurst, the cornerback for the Broncos. You got Kurt Warner, who is the #1 undrafted free agent of all time. So it doesn't matter when you go, it's about what you do with the opportunity. So the Washington Commanders have an undrafted free agent class, and Ron Rivera has taken a liking to this one specific player. His name is Kazmeir Allen. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about Kazmeir Allen, the personal life and career of this player. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you can notify when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. Kazmeir Allen was born February 29, 2000 in Tulare, California. Kazmeir had both of his parents in his life, his father Brad Allen and his mother Chanel Delgado. Two of his favorite players growing up were DeAnthony Thomas and Reggie Bush, and you can kind of make that connection because both of those guys were smaller, shifty backs. Although Kazmeir was smaller than everyone else, he still always stood out. He's 5'9" at most, but had a really good high school career. In 2017, he had a total of 72 touchdowns, 62 from rushing, 9 from reception. Yes, you heard it right. 72 touchdowns in one season playing for Tulare Union High School. He also had 1 kick return for a touchdown. With all of that effort and record-breaking stats, he helped lead his team to the Central Section Division II championship. And I would hope with that effort that they got to the championship. Me personally, I'd be pissed if I'm going that crazy and we don't win nothing or we don't make it to the championship game. You might as well call him Prime Adrian Peterson from that year. I mean, 72 touchdowns, bruh. That is insane. He finished his high school career with 6,276 rushing yards, 1,603 receiving yards, and 121 total touchdowns. He also finished first in the 100-meter yard dash in 2018. He also was top fastest man in the state of California at one point. So this guy has top end speed and has been running fast his whole entire life. He finished his high school career as a 4-star according to Rivals. He had offers from schools such as Air Force, Arizona State, Boise State, California, Colorado State, Eastern Washington, Fresno State, Hawaii, Nevada, Oregon State, San Diego State, San Jose State, USC, and UCLA, amongst others. Allen had a lot of options to choose from. Again, he was a 4-star, so a lot of teams was fiending to use him. But he decided to stay in his home state by signing with the UCLA Bruins and joining Chip Kelly. This is probably the best scenario for Kazmeir Allen, as he's going to a school that was going to be able to use his ability to the fullest. Chip Kelly is one of the greatest offensive minds in the college football game, and he knew having to get Kazmeir Allen was a must. In 2018, his freshman year, Allen saw action in 9 games as a reserve running back. His 74-yard scoring run against Cincinnati was the 3rd longest by a Bruins true freshman. His total of the 103 yards in his first collegiate game ranked 2nd in UCLA debut game list, and he ran for 42 yards on 10 carries carries at Oklahoma, registering a touchdown reception for 16 yards versus Arizona, and he caught 3 passes for 15 yards against Washington. In 2019, along with playing football, he decided to step on the track. He competed in one meet for the Bruins. He made his UCLA track and field debut at the 2019 Pac-12 Championship. He competed in the 100-meter dash, posting a time of 10.61, and he placed in 19. In 2019, he saw action in 4 games as a reserve running back. He played in games versus Arizona, Colorado, Utah, and USC. He ran for 22 yards on 8 carries versus Arizona State, caught 4 passes for 29 yards versus Colorado, and he had 4 carries for a season high of 39 yards versus USC. In 2020, he saw action in 2 games at Colorado and California. He ran for 3 yards, made 1 catch for 8 at Colorado, and caught 2 passes versus Cal for 32 yards. So as you can see, up until that point, Kazmeir Allen was not a factor for the UCLA Bruins, but that would change in the 2021 football season. He saw action in all 12 games with 2 starts versus Washington and Oregon. He finished the regular season 17th in the NCAA combined kick return yardage. He had 612, rated 12th nationally and 1st in the Pac-12 in kickoff return average, 29.1. He caught 17 passes on the season for 4 touchdowns. He had 7 touches in the win against USC, good for 278 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns. He returned 4 kickoffs for 163 yards on that day, including a 100-yard return for a touchdown. Second team All-Pac-12 selection as a kick returner by Phil Steele. So in 2021, he started to get more action. However, he still felt like he was being underutilized, and I could say he probably was, mainly because of his size. Because what he has the ability to do, if he was a bigger back or a bigger player overall, he would definitely be utilized more. So in 2022, his last season, Kazmeir had one more opportunity to put NFL scouts on notice at the collegiate level. He saw action in 11 games, started at receiver in 9 games, and a running back at Arizona State. Caught a career-high time 10 passes against Bowling Green for a season-high 85 yards. Ran for a career-best 137 yards on 11 carries at Arizona State, including a career-long 75-yard rushing touchdown. Also had a rushing touchdown against Stanford. He made at least 4 catches in 7 games with touchdown catches against Bowling Green 20 yards and USC 55 yards. Ranked 21st nationally, 3rd in the Pac-12, and kickoff return average at 24.6. One thing about Kazmeir that stood out to me was he does not get a lot of opportunities, but when he does get his opportunity, he takes full advantage of it. Now that his collegiate career is wrapped up, the next thing for Kazmeir Allen is the Senior Bowl. He was pretty solid at the Senior Bowl, as an analyst said this about him. He's a gadget player who reportedly runs a 4.240. Allen is a candidate for the fastest man in this year's draft. Listed as a wideout, he's more of an offensive weapon who can make plays in space. We have seen Allen line up out wide, inside, and in the backfield as a running back and even as a return man. The bottom line, get the ball in his hands and watch Allen work. Any NFL team looking to add a luxury piece, think Kadarius Toney type of player to their offense, may want to roll the dice on this speed burn. So Kazmeir actually did not partake in any drills at the combine. He waited till his pro day. He ran a 40-yard dash and he clocked in at a 4.55. He had a vertical jump of 31. He repped 17 bench presses at the 225 weight. He had a 20-yard shuttle at a 4.41, and his 3-cone drill was a 7.9. Now don't get me wrong, 4.5 is still plenty fast, but he was projected to run way faster than that. So I'm wondering if he did it hurt or if anything was going on. But 4.5 is still very fast and is still top end speed in the NFL. So the next thing for Kazmeir Allen was hoping that his name got called at the NFL draft. Unfortunately, that did not happen as he went undrafted, but he signed with the Washington Commanders. A lot of people was very excited about this signing because they knew what he could provide to this offense, and with having Eric Bieniemy as the new offensive coordinator, we know EB loves his gadget guys. Just look at what he did in the Super Bowl with Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Isaiah Pacheco. He could be one of those guys for us, that being Kazmeir Allen. So I really think he's going to make this team potentially as a kick returner, but don't be surprised if EB gets into his bag with Kazmeir and you start seeing him in some formations in the backfield. It's going to be very, very important that this kid has a very strong training camp and preseason. So rookie mini camp happened and he made a very, very good impression. An impression so much that Rivera had to shout him out during his press conference. And y'all know one thing about Rivera: if you're doing a good job, he is going to talk about you non-stop. So it's no secret that Kazmeir's way of making this team is the punt return / kick return game. And honestly speaking, we haven't had anybody electrifying since DeAndre Carter. And no disrespect to Dax Milne, because I feel like he's overhated by this fan base. He did a really good job in the return game last year. The first thing you got to do is corral in the catch. I mean, we could have a Steven Sims situation again if it wasn't for DeAndre Carter and then now Dax Milne. So be grateful that Dax Milne actually played a really solid role in the return game last year. No, he didn't return anything. He was never exciting to watch, but at least, again, he did the most important thing, which was corral in the catch. And now Kazmeir has an opportunity to take that role from Dax Milne and potentially get into that kick return game. As we know, Antonio Gibson participated in the kick return game last year. He was okay, but nothing that blew you away. I could potentially see them two battling it out for the kick return thing, and I think they may lean more towards Kazmeir because Antonio Gibson is so much more important to this team's success that they would rather give it to a Kazmeir Allen opposed to an Antonio Gibson. More of the story, it doesn't matter when you go. It's all about what you do with the opportunity that you get. And Kazmeir Allen has a prime opportunity to take advantage of an opportunity this summer. So there y'all have it. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. As always, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let me know who you guys want to see me do a documentary on next. See y'all later. I'm out. Peace.
We the kings of the East, I hope you're hearing what I'm saying. The DMV behind you, commanders. Now it's time to step in the field and take command. 1932, we was established. We been running the NFC East every year after like. We got the best fans in the league. You cut through our skin, it's burning gold where we bleed. Cause hail to the commanders, we the best in the league. We fight for DC and the whole DMV. We got a new name but still got the same rings though. We got a new name but still on the same mission though. And that's the way it's above, and we fall back to the city.